Hi everyone, we're here today with Anthony. How are you doing today, Anthony?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Good to hear, good to hear. For those of you watching, the purpose of this video is to celebrate patients' results. Today we're celebrating Anthony's results. Anthony, looking back at your patient card, I see that you initially came in for right hip bone spurs. Can you share with the people out there why you came in?
Well, what happened was I was limping for about 5 months. I went to see my general practitioner and she recommended physical therapy. I went to physical therapy for 5 weeks and that barely made any difference at all. Then I was talking to a friend of mine who lives in Pennsylvania and goes to a trigger therapist when it uses the activator out there named Dr. Barry. And my friend suggested that I try somebody local who does the activator or the trigger therapy. And I was skeptical, but I was at the point of where I was willing to try anything to get rid of this limp. And so I looked up Dr. Frank on activator.com, found him. He was close to where I work and where I live, and I decided to give it a try.
Okay. Now, was the limp and the pain in the right hip affecting work or stuff that you like to do outside of work?
I wouldn't say that it was affecting work, but it was affecting one of my hobbies. One of my main passions is section hiking the Appalachian Trail with a good friend of mine. And with the limp and the discomfort and pain to the degree that it was, there was no way that I would be able to go out and continue hiking the trail. And I also like to ski, and although I haven't skied since the limp, I was concerned that the limp would keep me from being able to ski.
Okay. And was there anything else? I see here that you were having difficulty with putting your socks and shoes on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was a limited range of motion, so that I could just barely get my socks and shoes on, and I was reluctantly thinking that I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to have my wife help me get my socks and shoes on.
Okay. And what kind of results did you experience from coming in?
Well, it wasn't immediate. After my first visit, going out the door, I felt better, but it didn't last long. But after about 4 or 5 weeks of coming twice a week, it made all the difference in the world. I have increased range of motion, all the discomfort with the limp is virtually gone, the discomfort in walking is virtually gone. I'm able to walk a lot faster, able to walk the way I was able to walk before I started limping. So the results have been outstanding.
Okay, well, I'm happy to hear that. And obviously we know how you're feeling right now. Has there been anything that you're able to do now? I know that you mentioned with your hiking, have you, when are you going out to?
First weekend in December, we're going out to Harper's Ferry in West Virginia, and we're going to hike about 60 miles in about 4 days.
Great, great. And have you had any other positive results from things that you didn't initially come in for?
The only thing that comes to mind is I've experienced some wanted weight loss. Whether that's related or not, I don't know. But I'll say that I was trying for a long time to lose weight unsuccessfully, I might add. So I think there may be a connection there.
Okay, well, congratulations with the weight loss. And what keeps you coming back?
The desire to remain healthy and limp-free.
Okay.
I was very impressed with the doc. When he had me coming here twice a week, I was thinking, well, why is he having me come so frequently? Is it really necessary? And the wind-up was it was necessary. And I was very impressed that after 5 or 6 weeks when I was really feeling the impact, he said, well, if you don't want to come anymore, you can give it a shot, but I really recommend you come every other week as a maintenance thing. And I was impressed with his honesty and his readily willingness to cut me back on the treatments. And I keep coming back because I don't want the limp to come back. I feel good when I leave here, and I just think it's a precautionary, relatively easy and sensible thing to do.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Anthony, for sharing your story, and hopefully what you've shared with everybody out there, it'll have somebody relate and hopefully come in and get the help that they need.
If I could just add one more thing, and I
Yes.
just said it to the doc today when he had me on the table and he was doing his thing with the pressure zones and with the activator. I said, Doc, if I ever saw a video of somebody doing this and tell me the results they would get from it, I wouldn't believe it. But I've experienced it, so I do believe it.
That's great. Thank you so much.